Hello guys, it's RJ, and I know what you're thinking. Why am I not doing the regular intro? What is up, you buttercups? Well, I'm doing a different type of video today. Today, I'm be giving you tips and tricks on Friday the 13th. Now, I'm not saying that I'm the greatest Friday the 13th player, but I've played this game a lot and I've experienced a lot of things in this game, and these are just me personally tips and tricks that definitely helped me get through this game. Now, I'm not saying that if you do these tips and tricks that's going to guarantee you escaping from Jason. With anything in life, practice makes perfect, so you got to play the game to get better at the game. Because you can't just watch videos of tips and tricks and get better at the game, just automatically get better at the game. You gotta actually play the game and experience things for yourself. Now, what I want to talk about first is once you get started in the game. Now, once you get started in the game, here's some key things that you want to look out for. If you're near the big cabin, like the Packenhack or the Higgins cabin, the big cabins, and usually those cabins are yellow on your map, you want to try to avoid those. As soon as you get in the game, if you see that you're near it, go as far away as you can, and that goes for cars and boats too. Usually Jasons tend to go to the cars and the big cabins first, because usually that's where people spawn. So you want to get away from those as far as possible. And even if the car is not there and the car is usually there, the Jasons definitely might check there. So you want to be careful. You got a couple seconds before, a couple seconds to maybe a minute before Jason actually starts to come there. I mean, I played a Jason, and sometimes I kill people within like the first few seconds I'm at the cabin, because some people just stay in the cabin. And if you're inside the cabins, you want to get out. Maybe find one thing, but don't wander around the house. Don't stay near the house. You want to get away from the house and the cars as far as possible, and come back like maybe after like a minute or 2 or 3 in the game. Now, another thing that you want to do is, like you saw before, when you go into the house, you want to make sure you lock the doors and fortify everything, open all the windows before you start searching around. Now, I understand if Jason is near you, you don't want to always open the windows, because Jason can hit you, obviously. I don't know why I said it. So yeah, you don't want to do that, because you don't want to die. I'm saying very obvious things, but yeah, fortify the houses, even if you're not gonna really find anything, or just because you never know if you go back to that house that you might need. Because if Jason is chasing you, you need to go back to the house, and the house isn't fortified, and the doors aren't locked, and the windows aren't open. That's knocking down precious time from escaping from Jason. So you want to make sure that you do that to all the houses that you get to. I mean, it's okay if you don't do it every single time, but you want to get used to doing that a lot. Now, my next tip is looking for items. Now, I don't really have really solid tips for looking for items. Most of the time, like, it's really based on luck, because not everything is there in the drawers that you need. Not everything, but when you find a good item, take it and switch it out for items that you're really not using. Now, with sprays, you don't need like 3 sprays, 2 sprays. 1 spray is usually good enough. There's not really time where you're using a bunch of sprays. I mean, there are some times where you're getting chased by Jason, you might need a couple extra sprays. There are some perks that allow you to get more sprays. My friend Uzman has one of those perks, and it really has helped him when he's escaping from Jason. Now, another thing that you need to know is the sounds. Jason, the music that plays when Jason is near you is very different sounds, and there's a lot of when I was playing and my friend Usman, there's when you're by yourself, there's music that sounds just like Jason is near you, but it's really not. It's just music to intensify the atmosphere. Now you will definitely know if Jason's near you because your player might get scared. You see the static that comes on the screen, as you saw with me. Jason, luckily Jason was not near. He was over somewhere else. He was probably over by another counselor. But yeah, there's very distinct sounds that you need to listen out for, and sometimes there's sounds that sound like he's there, but he's really not. It's just to creep you out and intensify the atmosphere. And you'll definitely know when Jason is chasing you. And most of the time, if you play this game for a while, learn the sounds. So take into consideration of your surroundings too. Don't just assume that because the music is not there that Jason is not near you, because he also has an ability that lets him be completely silent, so he can always sneak up on you. I've done that a couple times, not many times. Now another tip that has helped me is getting the walkie-talkie and getting items that you can equip, like maps and walkie-talkies, that stuff. Even if you are in a party like with your friends, like I am now, you're not really going to be able to use the walkie-talkie unless you go into game chat. Now, I know that you might think that grabbing the walkie-talkie is useless, but it actually is helpful to grab the walkie-talkie, because if there's already a drawer that has a walkie-talkie in it, if the player always have that item, they would just automatically close the drawer. Like, see right there, for instance, I already have a walkie-talkie, so she didn't have to wait. She didn't wait for you to grab the walkie-talkie. She just closed it, and that could save you tons of time. Well, not a lot of time, but it could definitely save a small amount of time. Now, my next tip for you is putting down traps in front of the door. I know that it takes a while to set up the traps, but it's definitely important, especially if Jason is chasing you. It's definitely very important to put down the traps. Now, for some reason, I don't know why, when I put down a trap, it moves. Sorry, it moves to the left a lot. I don't know why it does this, but to compensate for that, I usually stand like kind of towards the right side of the door so that it lands near the middle. Now, most of the time, Jason does not run into the traps. Most Jason are smart and will see the trap, but you never know. Maybe Jason doesn't pay attention and he steps in the traps. So put those traps down and just be careful around the traps too, because you can step in the traps. Now, another tip for traps is Jason's traps. When Jason put down traps, sometimes he put down 2 or 3 couple traps, but if you have a pocket knife, you can take out those traps. Now, it took a while for me to figure out how to take out the traps with my pocket knife. To take out the traps with a pocket knife, you have to crouch, and to crouch is the circle button on the PS4. I don't know, I think it's B button for Xbox One. So you crouch and you go up to it and you get the option and you press X or A for PS4, I think. I mean, not PS4, Xbox. So you press that and you can get rid of the traps, and Jason will not get a notification that you took out the trap. So that's very helpful and for repairs and stuff. Now, another tip is firecrackers. Now, I know firecrackers are not the most useful items to defend yourself against Jason, but it honestly is pretty good defense mechanism. What I usually use the firecrackers for, if I'm in a house and Jason teleports there and he's knocking down the door, I would usually throw the firecracker in front of the door and it would stun him. Now you gotta make sure that you do throw it at the right time, because if you throw it when he's done swinging, he's gonna notice that you threw a firecracker. If he has broken a hole through it, notice that you threw a firecracker down, and he would cancel his next swing. Now if you want to oh, I lagged out. Well, since I've lagged out, I'm still gonna continue what I'm saying. You gotta do it when he's just about to swing, like not before, just like he's in the middle, like when he's about to swing it down, like at the top, like bringing it away from his body, because it takes a while for it to cancel the next swing, so that would definitely stun him. Now since the game lagged out, I'm going to be talking about counselors. Now, the counselor that I usually use is AJ Madison. She has 7 out of 10 composure, 1 out of 10 luck, 7 out of 10 repair, 4 out of 10 with speed, 4 out of 10 speed, 4 out of 10 stamina, and 10 out of 10 stealth, and 2 out of 10 strength. Now, I'm not saying that AJ is the best counselor, but I definitely have use AJ a lot, and I definitely feel comfortable with AJ. So you just gotta find that counselor that you're comfortable with. Like my friend Damon, he's very comfortable with Adam Palomino. My friend Usman is very comfortable with Jenny Myers, and you know, you just gotta find your counselor. And you already know how I feel about Bugsy, and the reason why I also don't like Bugsy, the main reason why I don't like Bugsy is, as you see, he has 10 out of 10 strengths, and strength helps you with using melee weapons. So he does a lot of damage if he hits you, especially if he uses machete over axe. So it's just really annoying, and he's pretty fast. He's 8 out of 10 speed and 8 out of 10 stamina, so he's very fast. He'll catch up to you quick, and he doesn't run out of stamina very quickly. So that's reasons why I don't really like Bugsy, and most Bugsy players know that because they use his speed, his stamina, his strength to troll other people. But yeah, I use AJ Mason. Now I really like AJ Mason because she has 7 out of 10 repair, and 10 out of 10 stealth, and 7 out of 10 composure, and that's really good because repairs is very good for repairing the boat and stuff, and repairing the car. And if you get the perk that I have, low profile, wait, oh, what? I don't know what was that. If you have the perk that I have, Tinker, repair all items faster. This includes car repairs, boat repairs, phone box repairs, and electrical box repairs. Now, this perk that I have, if I can see, this Tinker perk, where is it? Oh, it's down here. This Tinker perk that I have is a rare perk, and it has 16% repair speed and 0 overall stamina repeats. That's really good. You want to make sure you have good perks, because perks are very key. You want to try to fill up your whole perk tree and take out perks that you really don't use, or perks that you have 2 of. Now, epic perks are really good. You want to get those epic perks. Now, the other perks that I have for AJ Mason, and to be honest, to me, this is the best perk in the game, the preparedness perk. You start with a large map, also provides some resistance to fear effects. Now, you start with a map at the beginning of the round. You don't have to look for a map. It's very useful. It's an uncommon perk. It's 6% with fear resistance bonus and 1% sprint decrease. That's okay. I'm okay with that, because starting with a map is very helpful, because you need to know how to get around the map, because but most of the time, if you play this game for a while, you know the maps. Like, I'm really good at getting around Packnet. I know where I usually know where I'm at, and like because a lot of people like Packnet. A lot of people pick Packnet for the maps, and so that's most of the time it's really helpful. Sometimes when I choose another character that don't have this perk, I like press the button and it says no map, and like I kind of get frustrated because like it's this perk is just so useful. So I highly recommend, if you get this perk, save it. Definitely save it. Don't get rid of it. It's probably one of the best perks to get. Now the next perk that I have is My Dad's a Cop perk, and that makes the cops arrive quicker if you are the one who calls them. And that perk is a common perk: 14% faster police arrival speed, 0 card speed decrease. This perk is really good. You need to, if you get this perk, you need it, because cutting time off the arrival speed is very key, because a lot of times when that happens, I usually die when they get called. So that is very helpful, because the without the perk, it usually would take 5 minutes unless somebody else has that perk too. If you do choose to go with AJ, and if you do get this Tinker perk, you get the same increase, the 16% increase. You only get 3 in the mid game. You only get 3 bars. Sometimes it's 4, but it's kind of rare to get 4. But you usually get 3 bars, and even if you get 4, it's still not that hard. Sometimes I still mess up even though I have only 3, but it's still okay. And with Deborah, I also have Tinker, what makes it even better. So it's really all a preference of who you want to be, what you want them to do. But that's my advice on counselors. And I'll get back in a match and keep going over my tips and tricks. Alright, so as you can see here, these are all the different type of weapons you can get in the game. If you don't know how to get to this menu in Friday, you go to the how to play, and then you pick counselors, and you keep scrolling until you see weapons. Now, as you can see, a baseball bat is great for stunning, and a machete is great for doing damage. Now, keep that in mind when you grab a weapon to attack Jason. If you grab a machete, it's going to be less likely to stun him. It's more likely to do damage and knock out his mask. So if you want to, the more damage a weapon has, the better chance of it to do damage to knock Jason's mask off. So if you try to get his mask off, use a high damage weapon like the machete or an axe, which is usually very rare. I never really see axe. Baseball bat is great for stunning and getting away from him. So you want to use a baseball bat. The wrenches, I usually find wrenches a lot. So wrenches, baseball bats, they're not rare, but they I don't come across them very often, but I do come across them. It's not like it's very rare, but it's kind of common. And then, like, I guess you probably like every, like, I don't know, maybe 4 out of 8 times you find a weapon, maybe. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't really know the statistics about that. I'm just speaking for personal experience. So baseball bat is great for stunning. Pan is good, as you can see. Pan is great for stunning. The pot is great for stunning, and the wrench is great for stunning. Like I said, I've definitely find the wrench more often than other items. Usually it's the wrench, the fire poker, the pipe, and the machete. And look out for these weapons, and keep in mind what you want to do. If you want to get Jason's mask off and kill him, find a machete or an axe. If you want to really stun him, get a baseball bat or a wrench, or a pot or a pan. Okay, so I'm back in another game. What I was talking about before was using firecrackers on the door when Jason is breaking them down. Now, my next tip for you guys is knowing about fear. Now, your fear is how scared you are, and the higher your fear is, the easier it is for Jason to be able to see you when he's using sense. Now, what affects fear is being outside without a flashlight on, being outside near Jason, being alone outside, and seeing dead bodies. So you want to try to avoid those, and being with other players will help reduce the fear too. And I think there are perks that help you reduce your fear. And now I usually don't find a problem with it, but I want to still want to take your precautions and make sure that you are trying your best not to get scared. And you can tell that your character is scared because they will have their face will look scared. So, and another way to and being less scared will help you be able to not be seen by Jason during his sense. Now, another way to not also be seen by Jason when he does his sense is having high composure, having a character with high composure, or having perks that reduces your fear and increases your stealth. Now, what also helps you not get detected by Jason is not making a lot of noise. Swinging open doors and slamming doors and jumping through windows makes a lot of noise. Running makes a lot of noise. So you don't want to be running all over the place. Like, the only time you want to be running if Jason is near you. If he is, well, not if he's near you, if he is chasing you. You want to run if he's doing that. You don't want to run. Oh, as you can see, I see Jason. I'm crouching. I got my flashlight on. I'm going to turn my flashlight away so that Jason does not see that I have my flashlight on. What also helps you to not be detected by Jason when he's using his sense is crouching. Crouching reduces the noise, makes less noise. And if you have somebody who has a high stealth, it's going to be harder for Jason to see you when he's using his sense. Now, I don't know if walking like this, Jason can see you, because when you make noise, the Jason can see like dots, these like little white dots. Well, not dots, these rings. So being completely still obviously is not going to make a lot of noise. So if you're near Jason, you want to be still, have your flashlight on, and not have your flashlight towards him, or he will see it. Now, my next tip is that I'm not really sure if this is a great tip, but this is usually a great tip for me. I know I've said that you want to be quiet and not make a lot of noise, but you want to always keep moving. That is what I know has helped me a lot, because going slow usually results in a lot of items being taken, useful items like pocket knives and firecrackers and car keys and all that stuff to be taken. You want to get to the house as quick as possible without making a bunch of noise. Now, I'm definitely not saying
I think I
run
right.
everywhere. I'm definitely not saying that. You want to jog. Jogging does make noise, but it makes a lot less noise than running does. As you can hear, this music does not mean Jason is near. This is to bump up the atmosphere, making it more intense. My final tip for you. Oh, hold on. Before my final tip, turn on radios. Turn on radios, generate noise. But before you turn on the radio, if you find the radio, you want to make sure that you check the house. You want to make sure that you check the house. You got everything that you needed. You got the windows. You got your escape route. You don't want to be in the house very long when you turn on the radio, because if Jason is near and he sees the radio on, he's going to go near you and you're going to be in the house, and it's going to get you killed. So you want to make sure that you check everything. You got an escape route. You know where you're going, and you got the windows open. And then turn on and then leave immediately and go as far away and try to get as far away from here as possible. Because when you have the radio on, it makes the little rings that Jason sees when you make noise, and he's going to go there, and you're not going to be there. It's just going to be the radio. So that's very helpful. So right now I'm making sure that I checked everything, and I have an escape route. I'm going out that window, and I'm about to turn on the radio. Alright, I have turned on the radio, and now I'm about to go out the window. For the fuse, most of the time the fuse is near the fuse box. So if you can see where the fuse box is because you see a red symbol on the side of the house. And most of the time the fuse box is blinking red. And sometimes the electric box blinking red when Jason hits them too. But most of the time it's going to be on the side of the house. So check the side of the house, and most of the time the fuse is going to be inside the house. Keys are also in the fuse and keys are going to be in drawers. You're not going to find the fuse or keys on the floor unless somebody has dropped them. And the gas and the battery are usually going to be on the floor. You're not going to find those in drawers or anything. So check for those. And another tip is searching houses. You want to make sure that you got everything. Now, if Jason is chasing you, you're not going to try to look for everything. You want to quickly look and get out. But you want to make sure that you check houses. Even if you already been through that house, you might have missed something. Hey, you might even find the battery or the keys or the fuse or the gas. You never know. So make sure you always recheck if people already have seen, like people have already been through it. Check again, because you never know. Like, see, I found the propeller. I was just about to leave. Now, my final tip, I think this is going to be my final tip. If I did miss a tip, I'll put that in the next video, which is going to be tips and tricks for Jason. Now, my final tip is this game is all about luck. You can do everything that I've said in this game, and you, like I said before, you will not be guaranteed a victory. This game is all luck, and sometimes that's why I hate being counseled, because sometimes now everything's going to be in the right place. Sometimes things are going to be in the right places. Now, another thing you got to do is you got to take risks. Some people like to take a lot of risks. Some people like to take minimal risk. Now, I'm all about risk usually when I'm by myself, because you want to take risks. You don't want to be strategic. You want to take risks. Now, if you're with like your friends, you want to try to be a little more strategic. Tell them you got the boat. Tell them that you have the propeller. Tell them that you got all this and all that. Tell them that, because you want to be as strategic as possible. And you always want to check if people have done the propeller, done the boat, and everything. You always check, because you never know, because it might be your chance to escape.
Thank God it actually fit.
Now, so you have to take risk. Now, that's it for tips and tricks, I believe. I rarely find
Time to get out
things
of here.
for the boat. Oh, fuck, Tommy. Scared the shit out of me. I rarely find the boat, so I'm very inexperienced with this. The car is usually the 4-door and 2-doors are the cars that you usually find. The boat is usually just rare. And I'm surprised I found the gas and the propeller, both of them. And as you see, we have escaped. Bam. Bam. I did it. Now, like I said, doing these trips isn't going to guarantee you survival. It isn't going to guarantee that you're going to survive. This game, like I said, this game is all about luck and about taking risks, and taking high risk and taking low risk. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, leave a comment on leave a comment on what you want me to do in the next video. Subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the notifications to check out when to see when I upload new videos. I kind of uploads are kind of inconsistent. I don't really have a time that I usually post. Sometimes I really post at night. Right now it's the middle of the day. So yeah, if you enjoyed, leave a like. This is RJ signing out.